Hi, good morning, everyone. I thought I would leave this very interesting sunlight pattern happening on my face this morning. It's really glowing. I feel a little bit tiger-esque, perhaps, this morning. Yes, I hope you're enjoying it too. So this is the next chapter of Breathing Out Brave, which completes part 2 of the book, and then tomorrow we'll be getting into part 3. This is all about owning your gifts, so I hope you enjoy it. Chapter 11, Own It. Recruiters say I overestimate the pay I want to receive. How do you talk to recruiters? What do you say? Well, I'm not confident with them, and I'm unsure whether I've got the skills to get into the career I want to progress into. Do you emphasize the skills that you've developed in your current and past jobs and how they transfer to the new career path you are seeking? No, not really. I would only apply for a job if I knew I could do already 95% of the job. Okay, let's train you. I'll also need to review your CD and emphasize your full skills. This conversation is a common conversation I have with women. Women tend to, way more than I've found with men, underestimate the skills they have and also to minimize them. Of course, there are exceptions to this and everyone is different, but this is a distinct trend I've found. Regularly, men will say, I can do it, even if they only know half the job. They believe they can work out the rest while on the job, and then they do. I think this has a lot to do with how boys and girls are raised and where there is so much focus on girls' and women's appearances more than their brains and abilities. The socialization of girls and boys affects their perceptions of their abilities, career choices, and what they think they can do or what is possible for them. I believe it is so ingrained that we don't even notice it when it comes to recognizing talents and expanding skills. Why do I mention it here? Because it's helpful for women who may feel unsure about their skills to know that a majority of women across the world regularly feel this way. And if you know this is the case, you may then feel more empowered to do something about it. If you don't feel confident in your abilities, then the following activities may help you. Exercise. List your skills. List all the skills you currently have. Write down how you acquired each of them. Go back to your resume, review the list, and add in some more. Ask your current manager or other team members to tell you the top skills they think you have. Ask your friends and family the same. If you're too shy, tell them you're doing this to consider what sorts of jobs you would like to do in the future. Exercise, review and add. Go back to your list. If some of the skills that others have told you about make you cringe, think about why they make you cringe. What makes you uncomfortable about these skills? Sit with it. Is the cringe about being told that it was an important skill? Feel into it again. Is it a skill you could actually embrace? Perhaps enjoy doing it more. By getting feedback from a few people and seeing your skills from other perspectives, you'll get a better and more comprehensive list of your skills and hopefully some new ones that you hadn't thought of before. Use them. Then use it. Focus on those skills. Articulate and show your skills more strongly to others. Practice in a mirror by outlining the skills to yourself. Practice articulating your skills to your friends and encourage them to do the same. Exercise, new horizons. List the skills for the job or career you'd like to move into. Find ways that you have developed similar skills in what you've done in the past. Most people I talk to about career changes have many more transferable skills than they initially think. If you don't think you have all the skills, go deeper or pretend you're looking at someone else's resume and skills and see what skills you would pick out for them. Or get a friend, colleague, mentor, family member or coach to help you identify how you've demonstrated similar or more applicable skills in the past. I suspect you'll find a lot more transferable skills than you initially thought. Then, listen to your colleagues or managers who say you need to develop skills in specific areas and find out specifically where you can gain the skills in the following months. Ask for responsibilities or projects at work. Go do a volunteer work to develop the skills. Take on a course of study or find a new job where you can develop the skills. Exercise. When you meet someone new. Instead of the usual, how's the weather? Did you get here okay? Where are you from? Questions, ask someone what they see as their strengths, talents, gifts. See how others react and then describe their gifts. You'll notice a huge array of responses, which will partly be contingent on their self-confidence, personality, culture, shyness levels. Take time to really listen intently to what they have to say and how they say it. If they don't ask you in return, offer up what you see as your key gifts, talents, strengths. This will get you in the practice of talking about yourself, gaining confidence, owning your gifts, and trusting you. If you feel shy about this, say, I'm practicing developing self-confidence and owning my skills. People are really receptive to hearing about others developing themselves. People usually want to help when they can, even if it's just a few minutes of listening. Just because you don't have a degree. Just because you don't have a degree in an area doesn't mean you don't have the skills or a natural aptitude for that area. Sometimes studies can help, and sometimes they're absolutely necessary, in the medical industry, for example. Developing your talents or your gifts is fun, and should feel fun to you. If it doesn't, go back to the cycling in exercise in chapter 6, or the fear questioning in chapter 9, and dig deeper into the blocks that are keeping you from feeling the fun. Examine whether it could be fear of failure or awe of not getting something right. For example, I call myself a hobby photographer. I'm self-taught. I haven't done any major courses, but many people love my photos and think I could sell them. And I should sell them. I love developing my photography skills. I take a lot of photos. I see what works and what doesn't. I adjust. I have fun with it. Some people say I should drop the hobby part of the hobby photographer. I don't want to claim something I'm not, or say I'm a photographer when I don't have a degree in it. On the other hand, photography is an art, and you don't need a degree to say you're an artist to be one, although many great artists do. Regardless, claiming my photography talents is something I need to make more of, and so should you, whatever your hobbies are. I like to remind people of one of Australia's quickest forward-thinking and fiery Prime Ministers, Paul Keating. He never had a degree and was quite proud of it. He managed the Treasury portfolio and eventually the country. Regardless of political persuasions, he is a very intelligent and made some great strides in public policy under his leadership. Degrees aren't necessary, but passion is. Passion to want to create or change or contribute to something. Exercise. Dressing the part. For some people, dressing the part will help you own and believe in your talents. Dress how you would dress if you were a successful ... This helps you feel like and get into the mood of your chosen career or talent that you'd like to embrace more. For me, a writer can look like anyone. I find working braless in my pajamas at home the most effective clothing options for me getting into the flow. My most comfortable is my most conducive. Also, most writers work from home, and I'm sure they get into whatever outfit they feel most comfortable to them. Me in my pajamas is embracing my talented writer self. Research the typical professional or workwear for your interest. Buy an outfit and start wearing it at home or elsewhere. See how it feels to embrace every aspect. Along the same lines, fill your space with the things that a highly successful person in your field would have or embrace in their home or office. Read books on the subjects, watch YouTube videos, TED Talks. Surrounding yourself with the kind of talent with your kind of talent does rub off on you. It makes you feel it more. And it gives you truer feeling of what it would be like to be that particular thing. Own it. Burrow into the skills you already have. If you're unsure of all of your potential aptitudes, get help identifying them. Think about the self-talk you have around your skills and check yourself. Seek feedback. Make a list of the proficiencies your new career requires and relate it to what you already know and do. Do exercises in this chapter. Claim your passions. Embody it, and then go out and be it. Reflections on Part 2. Bravery begins with you. Bravery begins with you. Beginning with you means taking time to really sit and get down and dirty with your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Understanding your fluctuating feelings and emotional patterns takes time and can be challenging work. The rewards I found from doing this are infinitesimal. I'm more confident, I trust myself completely, I am not afraid of my own or anyone else's emotions. I make better and braver life decisions. Everything in my life is easier as a result of work I have done and continue to do in Part 2. Doing the work in Part 2 alone will change your life. If you're ready to turn up your brave a few more notches, get ready, because Part 3 is an exciting ride through your relationships. So that's the end of Part 3 of Part 2. Part 3 tomorrow is all about beginning to dive into relationships and communications and honesty and subconscious reactions and interactions. I love this part. It's very deep and perhaps I think could be exceptionally useful for the coming weeks and months as continuing people are in self-isolation and quarantine with loved ones. So I'm really hoping that some of these skills, exercises and techniques are going to be really helpful for a lot of people. So so join me tomorrow night, Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. And for the rest of the world, it will be early afternoon in London, 12 noon, 7 a.m. in New York City, 6 a.m. in Mexico City, so a little early, but potentially worth it. And then 6 p.m. in Bangkok, and the rest of Asia will be around that time. So really looking forward to sharing with you brave communications. So these are all really concrete ideas about how to better communicate with your loved ones. That's in chapter 12 next. It's actually one of my favorite chapters. Really practical, really useful, and you can use those skills now. So thank you very much. If you're in Australia, New Zealand, have a beautiful day ahead. Have a great afternoon, Europe, the UK, yes. Where is everyone? Oh, no, Europe, UK, have a beautiful sleep and a beautiful evening if you're in the Americas. And Asia, I hope you're still sleeping well and you have a beautiful day ahead too. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a glorious time and thanks for joining me. Feel free to post any questions, comments, whatever, down below. You can also find any of the previous chapters on my wall and re-listen to them as much as you like. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.